Check-in is a very simple process of first becoming aware of where your feelings, energies are, what's going on with you in the moment, and selecting some of that to share with those around you. Simply like, I'm feeling this, I'm thinking this is what's going on with me, or this is important that's happening in my life now, or something that helps others become aware and know where you are in the moment. We use check-in to remind ourselves on a regular basis that it is important for us as people. It's important to us as members of a group or society to manage our behavior and to be with others in useful and functional ways. And one of the ways that we do that is to manage what is going on within us and to understand that knowing what is going on within us helps us behave in ways that we find useful and functional. And that when others do that also, we create a kind of culture, we create a kind of togetherness that makes things go better, that makes us better to communicate with, it makes us accessible, it makes life, it makes work better. For me, some of the models might be recognizing that, you know, when we have a check-in experience, especially when we are exposed to regular check-in, we learn that it's often different. The things that we check in are sometimes very shallow and very superficial because that's where we are at the moment. But some things are very profound and very deep. We might be concerned about the health of a loved one. We might be concerned about the well-being of somebody else, or afraid of some financial difficulty that's looming. And so, you know, we learn that we're at different places at different times, and it's okay to be in those places. And we acknowledge that by checking in with others and listening to them check in with us. So what we're doing is living more authentically with each other rather than living kind of distant from each other. All of those things, I think, help us work together better. It helps us communicate more clearly and more powerfully. And it brings joy, I think. It brings satisfaction and gratification. I think some of the outcomes we might expect from checking-in is to see gradually over time that we become more comfortable with being in touch with our true feelings, our authentic feelings. We become more comfortable with sharing those feelings. We reduce our fear and our anxieties about the way we are with others and ourselves. And all of that kind of leaves us open to be more loving and more kind and more authentic and more fun and more alive and more real with people around us, which I think creates a culture of joy and happiness and good times and smart ways of being. I think perhaps one of the strongest behaviors that we should try to avoid in check-in is really imposing the whole process on others. Check-in is a process where we invite people. We invite ourselves to check in, and we invite ourselves to just let ourselves be aware and offer what we have to offer. It becomes difficult when we set standards and we say you can't do this and you can't do that, and this is what check-in is and this is what it isn't, in very strenuous and strong ways. Check-in is no more and no less than what we have been doing for 10,000 years. And that is when we come upon someone or when we are around a person that we've been with before, we take time to acknowledge the person, we take time to acknowledge ourselves. And that varies and is different from time to time. So check-in can be easy. It can be simple. It can be organic. And I think we should try to avoid things that make it ritualistic and rigid and task-oriented.